take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. But today, two AFC teams set to do battle. It should be a good one, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the New York Jets. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Here's Johnson again on second down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit. And that's what he did on that play.
The pickup there, 5 yards.
First down, Steelers.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
A beautiful fake. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now Rodgers. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
Johnson. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Jets, nothing.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over.
At their own 24-yard line.
looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at
No
the
gain
line
on the
of
play. It'll be second
No gain
down.
on the play. Brings up
Offensive
second
line really
down.
didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Hall again on second down. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
38-yard line, second and 9. Play action. It's Fields. This one finds Wilson downfield. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 33. He got 29 yards that time.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
On first and 10, it's Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Great stop by Darius Slay to back up the offense.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass, you don't often see a cornerback making tackles in the backfield. But he's playing run all the way here.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. That's to the sideline and incomplete. So the pass goes out of bounds, but he was not outside of the tackle box when he threw that. He's got to be careful.
You and I both know if it's even close, they're going to give it to the quarterback. They don't want to throw that flag unnecessarily. So if you're just in the area, you're going to be okay.
Fields now to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
The Folks kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Rodgers. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down, Pittsburgh.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard after the 43.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Now it's Rodgers. That's caught. It's Austin left side. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. Austin is there and brings in another one. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down.
39-yard line.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Hey, we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers, but how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 21. A 3rd down gain of 19.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Austin, the man in motion left. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and then instead run up the middle. And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up 2nd down.
1 yard gain.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Open man, that's the tight end fire move. Just a gain of a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Now they'll work with 4 receivers here on 3rd and 6. Throwing is Rodgers. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Calvin Austin, a 16-yard touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. In racing, going 3 wide is a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed.
3.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Dances by him. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. Fields. That one taken in by Corley. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Brings up 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Now it's Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 32 on the play.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Ball again on 2nd down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Here's Fields. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively, and the key to any screen play is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They'll go for it. It's Hall. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And that will force a turnover on downs. Looking to put a drive together. He'll start with a handoff to Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He's probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future. Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Here's Rodgers. That's complete to his tight end flyer move. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Woods. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No
yardage. Okay.
Rodgers now to throw. Another targeting catch for Robert Woods. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Well, maybe that's the spark that they needed here, Charles. Trailing, but a big block. We'll see if that swings the momentum a bit.
You mentioned the word spark. I'm just wondering, as they went off the field and the offense was coming out, did one of those special teams members say, hey, obviously we haven't given up on this one. We've given you a little bit of a spark. What are you going to do with it?
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Go win him, go win him. Hey, mame.
Paul want to give up the middle. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd down and 3. They'll go again with Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
To throw is Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Here's Fields. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Justin Fields, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Jets take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
14, Jets 10.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Steelers ready for their next possession. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Left side here, taken in by Metcalf.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. They give to Johnson going right. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Brings up second down.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Now Rodgers. He finds Austin complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 23. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
5-yard gain. Brings up second down at the Jets' 5-yard line.
From the 5, second and 4. Now Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Rodgers going to throw. To the sideline and incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. Boswell's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. To the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it's second down.
3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Fields. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
37-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Fields. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Fields now to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And a yard at the Steelers' 34-yard line.
Second down and a yard. Fields. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A shotgun snap, Fields. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. 1 touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come back and continue to throw the ball effectively.
Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
He'll get this to Lazard. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
A gain of 11 brings up second down at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 3. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Connection made to record. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of a yard.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Looking to put a drive together. And they'll start. And a loose football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
A short one there to Freiermuth. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Johnson running right. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
It sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a gain of 20.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. He'll find Metcalf. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's second down.
A gain of 3 brings up second down at the 46-yard line.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Looking for Woods that time. And it's third down.
Third down. And 6 yards to go.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And again, it's Rodgers. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on third down to keep this drive alive.
Now it's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a third and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Second and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. The former third overall pick, Quentin Williams, there to bring him down.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became third and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. A short one there to Freiermuth. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it'll be fourth down.
Brandon, a good idea there on third down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Jets. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag, punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
I would think as a play caller, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a third and long at the outset of this drive. Here comes third down and 7. From the gun, here's Fields. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
From the 50, here's Fields. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. 32 yards for Breece Hall. And the Jets have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
17.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's caught right side. It's Warren. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 52 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Here's Johnson again on 2nd down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back. In that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down.
And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 46 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Johnson again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. To throw, it's Rodgers. And it's caught. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Throwing is Rodgers. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Freiermuth. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. Boswell for the extra point. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter.
Ties the game 24-24.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. New York's offense back out there and set to go. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Looking to put a drive together. He'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And room to run as he's out past the 35-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now to this point.
They've been running it well all game, and why not? The big guys up front, they're just having a ball, creating monster holes for their guys to run through.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
At the 32.
Three quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw, Fields. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
At the 44-yard line.
To throw is Fields. Throwing. The ball comes out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Now it's Fields. Now he'll escape to his left. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, We only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 6. One play action. Fields. Taylor there to bring it in on the crossing route. And brought down by number 7. That'll give him 60 yards down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago there. And they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Lazard will go in motion right. They'll run with Hall. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. On for the extra point is Folk. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Jets 31, Steelers 24.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Able to slither by. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Looking to put a drive together. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Quinnen Williams, so hard to block, and he shows it that time, making the tackle for loss.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Woods. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. 3rd and 7 now.
And it's 3rd down.
To throw is Rodgers. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on 3rd down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Rodgers going to throw. Flush to his right. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
3rd and 2. Throwing now is Rodgers. Now a screen set up for Johnson. And the Steelers are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed, but that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
Now run straight ahead to Warren. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
2nd and goal from the 1. Warren again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Warren. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Extra point now by Boswell. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
That ties the game, 31-31.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Shifts by him. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And the Jets set to take the field. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And score that one for one of the league's best. Jalen Ramsey getting the tackle for loss.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
Here's Fields. He's got to hook up to Lazard. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Fields now to throw. Across midfield. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Justin Fields with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. Well, you want to talk about making something out of nothing. Boy, he did that right there. What an incredible run.
Obviously a pass play, and he couldn't find anyone open downfield. But sometimes the receivers just run those defenders off, and it creates a wide open space.
Steelers 31.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. This one fielded in the end zone. He'll opt not to bring it out. A touchback, and they'll begin at the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He's got his tight end Fryermuth right side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
It's a gain of
25 yards that time.
First down, Pittsburgh.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Sauce Gardner, he got downhill quickly and stuck him behind the line of scrimmage.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Steps away to his left. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
A gain of 10 yards. And it's third down.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 61 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Rodgers. And his pass incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. In motion goes the tight end. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Robert Woods, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Boswell for the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. On the return is Xavier Gibson. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And New York set to take the field. Looking to put a drive together. Now Hall to start the drive. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Now Fields. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Here comes second down at 5. Back to throw, Fields. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a hole to avoid the contact. For Fields, that's going to break his own NFL record for rush yards in a game by a quarterback. Originally set as a member of the Bears back in 2022 with 178. He's just topped it with that last run. Now Fields. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Steelers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
Yeah, they'll have to be careful how they handle this. That's going to be caught. It's Austin. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. The towels are waving. Steeler fans on their feet. It's third down. Back to throw. Rodgers. And he is caught. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
First down, Steelers.
Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Rodgers to throw. He's got his man. That's Woods on the out route. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Here's second down and 3. Now Rodgers. Completes it to Austin. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Pittsburgh.
Here's first down. On the give, it's Warren. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward, because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
So the Jets won the toss. They'll get the first shot at finding a winner as we are back underway here in overtime. On the return is Gibson. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And New York set to take the field. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on third down.
And that nearly picked off. Oh, that would have been a big INT here in overtime. Instead, they'll get another shot on third down. Here's Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
4 receivers in the formation here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 3. From the 50, here's Fields. Taking in left side, it's Wilson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Stopped in his tracks and given a loss on that play by Patrick Queen. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Pass complete. He's got Lazard on the out route. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Back to throw. Fields. Throwing for the out route. He finds Wilson. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now it's Fields. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
That is caught. Touchdown. They strike first here in overtime.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
Steelers, 38.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Well, now how about this return? And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field. And the Steelers set to take the field.
At the 47-yard line.
First throw of overtime for Rodgers. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but it'll be 2nd down.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They need a matching touchdown here to keep their hopes alive. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Woods. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 19. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectations.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
The 15-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 6. Rodgers to throw once more. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. So the completion gets him just a yard. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
A stop here is a game winner in overtime. Here comes fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Another one in the books for us, partner. Always great to be by your side. And look, both offenses, both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner, and let's face it, any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job? Absolutely not. Let's keep watching the NFL all season long.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Jets as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.